Hi folks, it's me once again, Robert J.E. Simpson. Thank you for tuning in to today's vlog. In case you're watching this at some point in the future, today is the 7th of April 2020. And yeah, I think one of the things that struck me about today is our alternate could have beens. This year is a year that for most people I suspect is going to be full of opportunities and events and festivals and things that they weren't able to do, not because that it wasn't the time, not because they didn't have the money, but actually because of the current weirdness of the world. And for me right now, I'm quite frustrated in some respects, because I should be using this. This is my somewhat knackered old British passport. I have yet to get my Irish passport, although it's something I keep meaning to do, have been meaning to for a long time. I am entitled to it as a Northern Irish citizen. That's something I definitely want, because these days with Brexit, this is sort of slightly poisoned. But yes, this is my passport and I should be using this today. Right now, as I'm recording this, I'm meant to be in the middle of a flight over the Atlantic Ocean on my way to LA. That was my plan. I was going to spend a couple of weeks in California as basically a birthday treat to myself, and I'm not able to do that. Thanks to the current situation, there are not flights going anywhere. Although there are seemingly flights coming back from the States, which is absolutely no good to me whatsoever because I can't get out there. So it's a very, very strange situation to be in, that actually there is this alternate life that I could be living right now that I'm not able to. And I guess that's always one of those great things. We all wonder about the great what ifs. But travel is one of those things that I'm definitely feeling the lack of at the moment. I mean, to the point where, even leaving the house is a strange thing. We did an event in Belfast. Well, we did an event last night for Sunnypunkt. This was my how to survive the outbreak, according to the movies event. And for that, one of us had to go into Belfast, that one of us being me. My colleagues were all remotely dialing into the broadcast. But I went into Belfast to the studio to basically head up the operation. And even that was a strange experience. It's the first time I've made the 14-mile journey into Belfast in 3 weeks. A route that I normally do on a nearly daily basis. And that was a small amount of travel, but it's basically go in there, leave again, and that is it. So the inability to travel even within our local environment, let alone the entire world, is very, very strange indeed. I miss being able to travel. The last few years I've done a lot more of it. I've seen more of the world than I ever have before, and I've still only scraped the surface. And as soon as this is all done and dusted, providing I'm one of the ones who's lucky enough to see the other side of it, because some of us sadly are not going to, it seems. But once we get to the other side, I'm hoping to pick up on my trip to California and go elsewhere as well. I'll talk about California, I suspect, at some point over the next couple of weeks in the vlog, because I'm doing a lot of looking back at my photographs, my videos I took this time last year, and I have a couple of videos I've been compiling anyway for another project, but I'll put some of the stuff up here and I'll talk a bit about some of those days as well. But on a related note, when I was thinking about flying in, the one song that always went through my head when I flew to LA last year was LA Woman, the Doors song. And this behind me, I'm sure most of you recognise, this is Jim Morrison from The Doors. And this is part of an illustration I did. Believe it or not, I think I was 15 when I drew this, which is a very, very long time ago. And I'm disturbed by the fact that I was able to do that back then, but I have not done very much of equivalent detail and sort of, for me, competency since. And it's one of the frustrations, because I think at the moment I should be trying to spend some of my time indulging in some of my other creative arts. I'm one of those annoying people who has a hand in more than one thing. And whilst I'm still trying to do stuff, I really want to escape with a pen and paper and a paintbrush, and I haven't done it yet. I haven't painted, I don't think, in a year. Near enough. And this is what I've been doing for a long, long time. I had a couple of things happen to me when I was doing my A-levels, which again is a very, very long time ago. But they sort of left a mark, and I lost a lot of confidence after that, which is ridiculous. So at some point over the next month or two, I hope, I've just boxed up all my stuff again. I've been buying new supplies recently. I know the intention is here in my head to do something, so hopefully I will create something else. I have a notion for a couple of portraits I want to do based on some photographs I have. But yes, so I'm showing this today just as a kind of, just to inspire myself, to remind myself that actually I'm capable of doing things. and I have some sort of modicum of talent, and I should probably exploit it, not just let it go to waste. But also because of the LA connection, because Jim Morrison was the Doors were an LA based band, and their music saw me through a lot of my teenage years. In fact, whenever I did a radio broadcast a few years ago for BBC Radio Ulster, one of the RPM programs with Stephen Rainey, a friend of mine, and we were each picking an album. It was me, who else was on that? Bob Kennedy and Willie something. Name I've forgotten, surname. I don't want to get it wrong. Willie Drennan, I think. Could be wrong about that. But the album I picked was the Doors' Strange Days, because Strange Days was an album that I played over and over again while I was sitting in the art room, drawing and working on both my GCSE and my A level projects at the time. So this is between 16 and 18. There's something about that music and about that connection that still sort of fires me up, creatively, that gets me back into that zone and being able to do the stuff. But it also reminds me of happier places and times. And now for me, there's also these other associations. It's funny how music itself is something that taps in to those other parts of our life. Anyway, that's pretty much my thoughts for today. Somewhat eclectic and random. I've lots of other stuff to say during the week, but I'll pick you up again then. As per usual, you'll find me on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, wherever you have social media. I'm probably there under some guys, either as Avalard, Avalard, or Robert J.E. Simpson. If you're enjoying this stuff, if you've got thoughts of your own, if you've got work of your own that you'd like to share, stick it down in the comments below. Show through links and stuff as well. Let me know, interact with me on social media. I'd love to sort of exchange thoughts on this stuff, and also to feel inspired by you as well. And if any of the stuff that I've been talking about has helped you, let me know as well, and I'll keep on doing what I'm doing. Until tomorrow, bye bye.